If you are looking to close over 3+ wholesaling real estate deals every single month, this is your video. If you're looking to close 2 deals a month, this is your video. If this is really looking to do 1 deal a month, if you're looking to do 5 deals a month, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up to 10, this is the video for you. What I want to do today is really share with you exactly our brand new formula of how you can leverage your way up to closing as many wholesaling deals as you really want, right? It really dependent on how much you want to do. So if you're watching this, you want to close 3, you can do it. If you want to close 10, this is what we're going to show you. Now, specifically what we're going to do is really show you exactly how to go from basically that 1 deal a month all the way up to 10, or really, if you're doing 0 deals every single month, what you can start doing today. Now, this isn't a formula that is new to us, but something that's new for us talking to you about this. So you can actually go out here and start scaling up. A lot of people get confused. They think they have to spend all this money or have all these crazy employees, and that is not how you do it, right?
No, absolutely not. Guys, it's truly what you want to get out of this business. Most of you are starting just to get your first deal, but like once you get your first deal, like that's just starting. You got to figure out how to basically scale yourself up first. So many of you guys buy into, I need to hire all these people. No, in the beginning, you just got to scale up. And when I say scale in the beginning, it really is going to gravitate towards your wholesaling leads. The more leads you have, the more opportunities, more conversations, more appointments, more contracts, the more profit you put in. So when we talk about the beginning, I'm saying the first thing you have to do is scale yourself up. Once you maximize that up and you graduate on that, then you can step up and really, you can do as many deals as you want a month. And guys, don't be the type of person that focuses on like the number of deals you do per month. You should have a goal. You should aspire to something. But like, I see people, I did 15, I did 30, I did 45. It typically becomes like a bragging thing. And remember, you're only competing against yourself. That's it. So the idea is if you did 1 deal this month, the idea is to aspire till 2 to next month. And then maybe you get to 3, but you might have to do 1 to get to 5. And remember, stop trying to compare yourself to everybody else. Everybody has to start from somewhere. He started his first deal. I started my first deal. And a lot of you are watching this. You get that. So that's what you want you to concentrate on.
Exactly. So what we're going to do is really show you exactly how to scale up to 10 wholesaling deals every single month. So I know we get always confused about what to do, what's the process and all these things. Well, let's break this down and let's share it. So truthfully, there's really only one way to scale to 10 wholesaling deals a month. I've seen every webinar, webinar, stupid thing out here on how to scale up in wholesaling. And the truth is there's only one thing you have to employ in your wholesaling operations or whatever you're doing, even if you're doing no deals, to start scaling up at a very, very high level. And this is something we have done. Every single person that's really hit 7 figures before, this is what they're doing. Only one thing. Only one. You ready for it?
Waiting.
Leverage. That is it. I know that sounds stupid. What are you talking about, right? I promise you it's not as boring as you think it is. It's actually a very powerful thing. And I'm going to show you systematically how you start creating systems around this. So you can use the formula to start closing a ton of wholesaling real estate deals. Leverage is the key. Now, in wholesaling real estate, there are 3 forms of leverage. 3 ways that we could start. Basically, leverage is like it comes from like a lever, right? It's basically when you're putting an hour work in, you're actually realistically getting 10, 15, 20 hours of actual work done because you're basically using a lever, right? Like I can't pick up a 800-pound TV stand or whatever by myself. But if I have a dolly or a lever to help me out with it with wheels, you can transfer the weight to that. And it's only like me lifting 100 pounds, like something simple. And that's what we got to do in wholesaling real estate, right? Or we're basically doing 800 pounds of work for only 100 pounds of actual effort. And that is the point, and that's what we're talking about. So there's forms of this in our wholesaling business that we got to start using so we actually start making money. So first and foremost, leveraged marketing. We got to learn how in our marketing, how an hour of cold calling actually turns into 5 or 10 hours of what the other wholesalers are doing for the cold calling, right?
Yep.
It's pretty important. Leveraged marketing is really important here. The next part here is leverage lists. Nobody talks about this. Drives me crazy. But think about this. Doing lists, that, yeah, if I did this list, let's say I called 500 of this list, that's equal to the average person cold calling 4,000 of like this different list, right?
Yeah.
And you're just getting more effective. And really, for me to do 10 deals every single month, all I have to do is really the effort it takes to do 2 or 3 because I'm massively efficient and effective with it. This is if like you have the wrong running shoe or if you're running like the wrong form, like your form's off. You could be working as hard as the next guy, but they're just outpacing you. And it's like, is it because it's your form is off? And I think a lot of wholesalers, they think of just running and they don't feel like there's actually like a technique or a form to it when there really is. A lot of it can be scripts, way you talk to sellers, your closing rates, things like that. We're going to talk about it. And then last but not least is leveraged results, where your results at the end are going to be leveraged. And what do I mean by this? What I mean is like, yeah, you got 10 deals this month when the average wholesaler is only doing 3 with the same effort because your results are being 10x, 5x, 6x, whatever you want to multiply it by. Your results will be insane. So the power of leverage, you've used it, I've used it, we all have used it, and we see so many people do it. That's what it takes for success, right?
Yeah. It's listen, you got to get momentum going first. So if you look at like if you look at like a crowbar to pry something up, the reason why it's called a lever is when you get on the other side of that and you leverage it, it's like doing the work of 10 people. And so in the beginning, you do have to do some of the basic work, but like once you get it up and running, if you can leverage it, it's like doing 10 times the amount of work. Think about when you guys show up to your hourly jobs, like you only put in like 2 hours, but you really get credit for 8. We're kind of doing the same thing because we don't get paid per hour. We get paid per productivity. So it's important to find the leverage points, which we're talking about today.
Exactly. So let's kind of break down exactly how to do this systematically so we can actually start doing some wholesaling deals. Most gurus are going to charge you 7, 8, 9, 10 grand to learn this type of stuff and a nice scaling seminar type thing. And really what we're doing is just sharing it for you absolutely for free because honestly, you just can do it by yourself. So let's talk about the new thing that like we never talked about before. I guess it's an announcement today, but a new thing, we're calling it leverage lists. And it's not kind of the way I talked about before. It's kind of a new strategy, a new tactic. So I'm calling it leveraged lists. Now, what's leveraged lists, right? It's like, we came up with the term government lists, right? Reverse trying for dollars, things like that. Well, this one is going to be called, call them digital bandit signs too, right? This is going to be called leveraged lists. It's a new formula. It's going to be killer. It's amazing. I'm super excited to announce it, talk about it. So let's talk. It's basically, it's an easy formula that everyone thinks about, but it's never really put pen to paper, where we find other wholesalers to work with you, not for you, but with you. Now, most people think when they think of leverage or something like that, it's like, oh, have an employee cold call for you. Have them do this for you. They are employed by you. You pay them and then they do the work for you. What this is people are working with you, which is way different. Okay, way different. Because when people work with you, they work harder. They don't work not as hard, right? And that's the point, right? You think of a government employee versus a commissioned worker. A commissioned worker gets paid with you. They get a certain percentage of what you're doing versus the government person working the DMV. They're working for you, right?
Yeah. A huge difference because they want the exact same thing you do. And depending on how your structure is set up, we're not really getting into it. If they want a result and you want a result, guys, sometimes 2 heads is better than 1. My first entire 2 years of wholesaling basically relied upon partnering up with other wholesalers to help liquidate my deals until I got much more proficient in dispo. And this technique's been around a super long time. It's not recently invented, but there's people right here in the comments, like right here on our live stream, that make a living off partnering and doing JV deals. Why? Because they bring value. And so when you partner up with someone, if you bring more value, you bring value to the table, you actually help them out, you find a buyer, you help them with the paperwork, and you babysit it till the end. That's better than you making like 1,000 or no money at all. So sometimes pairing up with people is the fastest way to make a profit and learn while you do it. There is no shame in doing it. Honestly, it probably is going to excel you more and it's going to hurt you. Just make sure you're doing business with the right people and utilize it. This is all about leveraging. So if we can leverage list, We can leverage all sorts of technology with AI. Why can't we leverage people to work with us in wholesaling?
I agree 100%. So let's kind of break down exactly like what this entails and how we can start doing it. I promise you, anyone, local, virtual, whatever you can do, you can start doing it. Now, it's important to talk in the comment section, everything like that, because it does help. But I'm telling you, this is insane. So let's talk about this and really see what we can do for success here. So number one, partner up with wholesalers. I think what's the best marketing right now? Trying for dollars all day, every day, right? Hands down. So partner up and have your partner drive for dollars for you. And maybe you cold call and skip trace. Now, I've said this before. If you are in Czechoslovakia right now and you can't drive for dollars in Tennessee, why don't you go out here and find somebody in Chattanooga, Tennessee, who maybe is scared to cold call. Maybe they don't have the funds to skip trace thousands of leads. Why don't you guys partner up together, use your strengths, and they can utilize their strengths with your weaknesses and your weaknesses with their strengths. And they could drive for dollars or reverse drive for dollars. You get the list, you skip trace it, you call it, you close it. They do the boots on the ground, and it's a 50-50 split. That makes everyone better, right? Because you as a virtual wholesaler, you get a list that you've never gotten without the partner. And here's the key. And this is the really important part. You can leverage this. All right. This is not a marriage. All right. You're not stuck to only one partner. Okay. This is the point. You can find 10 wholesalers to do this for you. Think about that. If I have 10 wholesalers to go out here for 3 hours a day, reverse drive for dollars, and they do 50 a day, that's 500 sticky notes a day being put out that's going to you. Think about that.
It's
10 employees.
It's like leveraging. Imagine the amount of time it takes you to do.
It's not like leveraging. It is leveraging.
It is. So it's using your time and your connections to the best of your availability. A lot of us call it, you guys can call it, like I call them bird dogs, but there's so many people that want to get started in this business that don't know anything, and they're just eager. And those are people you can work on bird dog and leverage. And they can get a marketing fee off the deal, a spiff off of the deal, but like they got to go out and help you do the marketing. If you can 10x your output and you can get that many more leads, especially driving for dollars, reverse driving for dollars, all your government lists, think of how powerful this is. You're thinking like, who am I going to get to do that? Honestly, I started out doing that. I used to get lists. I was so hungry to figure stuff out. I would give them to other people just to be in the same room with people like that. You can actually make more money. You don't have to give up everything, but the idea is get people to go out and find it. People who find deals get paid. It is the highest single skill set you can get in this. Add negotiations and then learn how to dispo. It's absolutely amazing. But if you can leverage it, you'll do a lot better.
I agree. And so 10 wholesalers in your market. How do you find them? What do you do? Now, what I can tell you is go to the comment section. Go to our Facebook group. I mean, we have almost 135,000 people. Do you think you can find 10 people out of 135,000 people? Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Go to the comment section on our live streams. Go to the comment section of videos being posted. It's not that complicated. Now, the one thing I will tell you, and I'm very direct with you when I say this, when you post a comment or you try to do it and you're like, I know I can't find anyone. I get that all the time. Let me see what you post. Ready?
Yeah.
Yo, who wants to partner up, bro? That's what they call.
Where are my cash buyers at?
No, they comment. They say, who wants to partner up, bro?
There's no value there.
What? I don't know who you are. Like someone go in a comment say, go do Tennessee with me. It's like I don't even know who your name is, right? We'll get a hustle bro 467 and they'll comment that. It drives me crazy. Hey, my name is Zach Ginn. I'm looking to partner with any wholesalers. I would love to provide skip tracing and I'll cold call myself and close it so we can partner up together. Go drive. If you can drive for dollars, I would love that. Here's my phone number. Literally put it in the comments. Here's my email. Let's get something together. If you don't put your contact information, no one's going to reach out to you. And you don't seem as serious and open for it. That's the truth. And so, yes, there are a lot of people out here that, will take advantage of you or they won't want to work with you hard, but you just got to find the right people and you're good to go. the problem is I see so many wholesalers that just don't do this. And I've been screaming from the rooftops about this because finding partners is really important. They can utilize things that you can't do. And for my virtual wholesalers out here, this is a must. For my local wholesalers, guys, I mean, I do this on a daily basis. People send me JV deals, but like you can find like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 new wholesalers in, Chattanooga, Tennessee. There's probably 4 of them right now watching this live stream that are brand new. They got no money at all. And they will go out here, and this is crazy, but they'll go out here and they'll drive $4 for you for free. If you can just get a percentage of the deal, just so they get some money so they can spend more on wholesaling. Cleveland, you go Columbus, West Virginia, right? Virginia, like they're all there. You just got to go out there and seek them and find them. It's not complicated, right? I'm getting asked, but that's daisy chain. It's not daisy chaining because you guys are, daisy chaining is when you JV with someone basically. You're not JVing a contract here. You go out here and drive $4 because I'm in Europe, or let's say I'm in Nigeria, and you get 100 lead lists. You send them to me. I go skip trace it, and then I call, say, okay, we got it. I get under contract. Then you say, hey, we got under contract together. Great. Boom, boom, boom. Bring it to title. You physically bring it to title. Then you do the walkthroughs. You take the pictures. Yeah. And we're just partners on the transaction. We're doing it, right? It's like when you and I do deals together. Yeah. Like we're not daisy chaining, right? We're just partners on the transaction.
So guys, the ones that you're saying, well, oh, I got scammed by so-and-so. Listen, welcome to the club. And honestly, there's people that do bad things. If you do the paperwork correctly and you stick with your gut, when someone starts doing shady stuff up front, it's going to be problematic. Like, don't ignore it. So if you do that and you understand it, unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of bad people out there. Welcome to the world. It's not fair. Get over it. But as soon as you find someone that's bad, they did you a favor because you never want to do business with them. They're extremely short-sighted, and go find the people you want to work with. For the most part, if you screen basic people and they have a heart and you find out what their intentions are and you have them sign the paperwork, you shouldn't have a problem. It's when you go all in and trust them that you have problems with it. And that's what you have to understand when it comes to JVing is we all make a lot of mistakes in the beginning, but I'm here to tell you sometimes the mistakes, when you find out people are bad, God's doing you a favor. They're telling, don't ever do business with this person. They're going to have that same problem with everybody. And as soon as you get off their list, the better off you're going to be. I've had the problem. You've had the problem. Everybody's had that problem. So if you know life's not fair, go into it understanding you're running a business. You're not looking for additional friends, and heed the warning. Once the shyster stuff comes out, just move on with your life. But you got to have controls in place. We're not really talking about daisy chaining, because daisy chaining is my own pet peeve. Like that's not it. You've got to be smart in this business. You're selling the contracts. You're not selling the properties. And if you're going to do an agreement with someone, make sure they're bringing value to the table to help you out with it. If they're not, why would you enter into an agreement with them? So you have to protect yourself first when you go into these deals.
Yeah, but also like you guys are doing it together. You both are bringing it to the title company. You both are contacting the title company. It's very hard to get screwed during this type of thing because you're both understanding, you're both communicating. Why do most relationships end up not working? Communication. Yeah. Why do most business relationships don't end up well or you get screwed? Communication. Guys, it's really hard if, let's say that I'm working with you and I'm trying to screw you over and where both of our names are on the contract and both of our contact information, and we both call the same title lady every single week. There has to be some conspiracy right under the table. When you start not communicating or doing the facts, you're going to get scammed. And, it's happened to me. It's happened to you. Happens all the time, but you learn the lessons enough and you stop doing it. And so, guys, this is a powerful method. I lost $400. You lost $400 because that partner asked to send you $400. You don't know. This is an even partnership. You drive $4, you bring me the lead lists. I do the work. There's no you send me $500 and I'll give you that. No. That's stupid. Okay. There's no money being exchanged. We're getting checks. This is it. So like the reason I'm trying to open your mind to this, because think about this. If you had 10 driving $4 employees, okay, you pay them $15 an hour, which is cheap if they're driving, right? With their car and spending gas money. They're doing 3 hours a day, 10 people doing it 5 days a week for a month straight. That would cost $9,000. You were literally getting $9,000 a month in marketing for $0. And you're asking me if this is a scam or if I should do it or not. You're getting $9,000 in marketing for free. All you have to do is actually be smart and go in comment sections and actually work with people. 135,000 people in wholesaling houses for real. Guys, like I do a ton of wholesaling deals from you guys because people know who I am. And I let people, now I do it through videos, but like, obviously you don't have to, be making millions of dollars like you and me. You can just let people know, hey, I have no money, but I'm willing to work hard and I have the software or whatever, and we can work together, right?
Yep.
Simple as that. Like, guys, anyone can JV and do well in the beginning. You just have to know who to talk to and how to talk to them. And make posts, go in the comments of wholesaling houses for and let people know who you are. It's not that complicated.
Yeah. I mean, guys, leverage other people. You can only do so much by yourself, but as a community and a group, you can do a lot. Honestly, it's actually more imperative in the beginning you do it, because once you realize you can make money with little to no money, when you really start to make money, that's when JVs become extremely valuable. So one of the reasons we built this community and we teach it for free, and most gurus don't agree with what we do, is because we take the long-term marathon approach. So the more value I bring to the table, the more I can leverage you guys through social media, whatever is, the more deals I can do in the long run. So if I teach you my same skill sets and I got thousands of people out there looking for the exact same things I teach, that is the perfect form of leverage. But we have to start with you first. So start within your group of contacts, your local RIA groups, whatever meetups, people in your area, contacts from your title companies, and start doing. You're better off to make money together. I get it. You do have to vet people, and there are a lot of shady people out there. But listen, after you get through a few, you won't make that mistake again. And I've never met someone who hasn't gone through a few shady investors to figure it out. There are really bad actors, especially in wholesaling. You've got to be a good judge of character with it. If they're not being authentic and they don't want to sign paperwork, there's always a reason for it. So find the good ones and those ones you leverage. I have people I've been doing business with over 20 years that I started out when I didn't know a damn thing about wholesaling. That's how long your relationships can last.
I agree. And so, guys, cost no money, start doing it. Now, let's talk about leveraging lead lists. Now, we can start leveraging the lead list too, because really knowing how to change the lists that we have are going to help us out a lot too. And so here's the problem. You can only get so many deals from government lists. I hate to say it, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's usually, if you're not in a big city, not enough government lists to get 10 deals a month.
Yeah.
Just being honest, what we're going to get 3,000 to 4,000 a month, right? Like it's hard to do 10 deals a month on a probate list in a regular market, right?
I get it. And the reason why we push so hard on government lists, because they are extremely highly motivated and it's the best way to get to your first deal. But like, as you grow and mature as a wholesaler, you get past that $100,000 mark, you're going to have to expand. And that's what we're talking all about today with leverage.
And so just understand that like 3,000 to 4,000 government lists a month is great. And it's great to get 1-2 deals a month from that. But like, it's not going to be the thing that's going to help us scale that we're talking about today. And I think that's a problem a lot of wholesalers have, right? And so let's kind of talk about what's the best system if we're leveraging this out and we start doing more and more and more deals, right? Number one, this is really important, but this is probably something that I talk about a lot that's super simple, but really important. But this is just to do more deals. Number one, rule one, okay? Do what's been working before and just do more of that. What I mean is this is kind of like leveraging results that I say, right? What I mean by this is what's been getting you 2 deals a month? Oh, and trying for dollars and reverse trying for dollars, and the other ones aren't really working. Okay, well, why don't we do more of that that's working and just start kind of, it's like we're mining for gold. This area is working really good for gold. Well, let's just mine that whole thing and see how many per month we can get doing that. And that's what I've always done. And so bandit signs worked. So I milked that thing till the cows came home. Cold calling worked. I went crazy off of that. And then from there, it's like, okay, get a certain amount per month. And you go to the next part and then go boom, 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 boom. So this is really important. And so, yes, do first what's been working before and do more of that. Same thing with areas. It's like if this zip code or that zip code's been working really well, just do more of that. And you'll find a lot of success when talking to your motivated sellers, doing more deals and getting more closings, right?
Yeah, listen, data don't lie. So I always tell you guys, when you find a zip code or you find a block that works, that's when you really go all in. Because once you get the data, like that's the most valuable part. I teach people all the time in direct mail. Your failed direct mail attempts is the stuff that teaches you actually where to go. And we don't do it off emotion. We don't do it off a gut feeling. We do it off of data. There's no different when you leverage any of this information. You have to do the same.
That's it. They don't lie. And so what is our system? What works the best? So this is going to be kind of our blanket system, doing 10 deals a month. Now, we're not crazy complicated with what we do, because there's no point. We do a multiple 5-touch follow-up system with a sequence, and then we use the $7,000 a month CRA. It's not who we are. I'm just being honest. And so most of the best ways to get to 10 deals a month that we have found, it's going to cost money, but we've done wholesaling deals before, so it should be fine. Number one, we get listrei.com data. That's still our favorite data provider when it comes to getting raw data. Now, zachdata.com is a super, super close second. So if you like the skip tracing the best, I'm just in between there. Now, we're telling everyone basically, because this is the best bang for your buck, just pour your skip tracing in dmzac.com. There's really isn't a point on spending $4 or $5 grand a month in skip tracing anymore. I'm just being honest. When you can get the same thing unlimited for $99 every single month, unlimited at dmzac.com. Not $1,000 a month, not $2,000 a month, not a $3,000 a month cap. It's an unlimited cap. dmzac.com. It's the best. Go there. That's the best way for your skip tracing at a super, super duper duper high level. And then you can't beat that. And then from there, you leverage all that stuff into cold calling, texting, and ROS postcards. Basically, those three. And so we like SMSZach.com for the texting, cold calling the VA with the dialers. I mean, I use ZachDialer.com, but I'm not here to talk about those. And then basically from there, you send postcards out. Simple as that. Like, I just show me something better for your scaling out here. I've tried them all. The PPL, the PPC, the SEO, the FTL, the FFF, the FLL, the blah, blah, blah. I can get all these things, right? The Facebook ads, the TV ads, the radio, all that stuff is all noise, okay? That I think of stuff that has been working for a consistent basis. And the only one I can tell you that has consistently worked very, very well that I never really talk about too much are going to be SEO and PPC. And the issue why I don't talk about those is because unless you actually know how to do it, like let's talk about SEO. Unless you're an SEO expert, which I would say 0.5% of everyone watching this is, there's no point in doing it. And if you don't understand, there's no point. And now the next part is going to be using like a PPC company. The ROI, I just have not found it on PPC. Some people swear by it, and I've seen great results from it. I know specifically people are getting most of the results from this. But these are wholesalers that are making hundreds of thousands a month. They're able to hire in-person PPC people. Like, unless you can hire an in-house staff guy, probably not worth it. And most people aren't that level. And honestly, we've tried that. Not worth it. But the ones that you can fundamentally always go from 1 to 10 is cold calling, texting, ROS postcards in that order, right? I start with the cold calling, and that's going well. Go to smszac.com, start blasting out the text, because the reason why this works so well is you figure out what's working when you're cold calling, right? And then obviously you're trying for reverse trying. And then what works for cold calling, if you use the same exact thing that works for cold calling to texting, the transition process is seamless.
And guys, it's like really simple to do this. Like, I don't know about you, but like I like to market, but I found when I got extremely complicated in my wholesaling business, I was always unsure of like, oh, do I text? Do I send a postcard? Do I call? Do I knock? And honestly, the system we're breaking down here, it just goes from one to the next to the other. It's like automatic. You don't have to think. And honestly, I know this sounds crazy. As a wholesaler, your job is to learn how to be resourceful. This is what most people don't get as a wholesaler. Why? Resources can buy you anything. It doesn't mean you're going to be successful. So if you're broke and you don't have any money, you have to be resourceful. It's the only option you have. And so you have to think a little bit outside the box. Like, how can I get a connection with this person? As long as you do it legally and ethically, it's fine. That's it. But when it comes to systems and processes, you got to dumb this part of the business down. Because if you overthink it, you overanalyze it, you'll never get anything done. So just go, okay, I'm going to go from one. I'm going to go to this. I'm going to go to that. I'm just going to keep moving through them. I'm going to put a new list. I'm just going to keep washing it through it. This is what you got to understand. The difference between being resourceful and then doing the automated stuff where you don't have to think, which I really enjoy that part of it. You have to understand how to differentiate and do that. And that's what we're teaching you today.
Exactly. So if it's working for cold calling, it'll work for texting. And then from there, you got ROS postcards. That's really what we like to say is after about 4 or 5 deals, then you start putting that in there. Basically, if you want to learn how to do that, you just go to mailingmastery.com. It's literally all you got to do. Just go to mailingmastery.com. We'll put on the bottom really quick. It's called Mailing Mastery. That is basically, we're not telling you exactly, it's not a link to a postcard because we don't do that, because if you spend $2,000 in postcards, you're going to screw up. So we have a free direct mail course that you have to go through before you can even order the postcards. So I tell everyone, go to Mailing Mastery to learn exactly how postcards work and stuff. Direct mail is still the best way for scaling, especially on the high end. And here's my favorite. The people say, direct mail don't work anymore. Yeah. You go to, we love Open Letter, right? That's who we use for ROS postcards.
Open Letter marketing.
But like, cover yours Open Letter. But like, you go to Open Letter, you go to the regular postcard, your results ain't going to be too good. You go to any other company, you just do a regular We Buy Houses postcard. Yeah, your results going to be dookie. But the point of an ROS postcard is we actually have offers on the postcard. Like it's insane. And so that's why our open rates and our response rates are double what anyone else usually gets, because it's that powerful. And we see so many great results from it. But the problem is most wholesalers don't understand it. And so let me show you really quick what the ROS postcard is. Don't order it without going through the course. But like, I'm just telling you, like, a lot of people think we're just trying to talk about some crazy thing. And so let's go here. Literally, this is what the postcard is. Where is it? Zoom it in. Literally, and we've used this postcard for 4 years now almost. It's been crazy. It's in the front. Call, discuss your cash offer, right? See offer on the back. Literally, Rick pretty much penned this. We still have the original copies of it, but like basically cash offer, terms, all cash, no games, closing costs paid, no commission, sell as is, close, your cash offer is X. And then it's got the call to discuss your offer. Now the algorithm on this is super complicated how we formulated this. So we had to use Open Letter to kind of help us out with this, but it's been insane for us. Now, I'm not going to go tell you all this crazy stuff, but basically go to mailingmastery.com. That's where you're going to kind of learn exactly how to do it the right way. But we're literally sending offers on postcards, and we destroy competition with this. I mean, we've had almost 4 years of data. I believe we have millions and millions every single month of postcards of these being sent out.
Yeah.
And so we have the best data, and we see the best results from it. But like, if you don't go to Mailing Mastery and you just blanket these out, you don't know the right offer to put on these. It's very complicated how to do it. But remember, you're dropping a good amount of money per month. It's still the best way to get wholesaling deals. Right?
And guys, there's a lot of other companies that do like an offer postcard, but no one's got the 21-year background that I've put into this.
Well, they don't have the course then.
Correct. And plus, we took 2 years of just playing with data at different price points. And over the 2 years, we found 3 or 4 things that make a tremendous difference. I don't really share it publicly. You can copy the card, but you're not going to get the desired results you want because you have to understand the system. So instead of selling another direct mail course, I just decided me and Zach would put all our information out there, put it for free, and show you the psychology behind how these postcards work, why they're so engaging. And here's rule number 1 on any type of direct mail or any type of marketing material sent out to any type of seller. It's simple. Your job is to get them to engage you and reach out to you legally and ethically. That's it. Once you do that, then you use your resourcefulness. That's how I came up with the ROS postcard, rapid offer system, because it works. I get more engagement off this postcard than most of the other ones I did because I was on autopilot for so many years, and I used the house photo. I used the standard one. I could care less what the ad copy says to a point. I've studied this. I've practiced it. I've spent over 6 figures perfecting this card. It works phenomenally. It's simple, yet extremely complicated. So go to mailingmastery.com, and it's like getting inside my head, and I explain.
So mailing that, there's no gimmicks. There's no like, there's no, I just, let me show you. I mean, literally, this is it. So you go to Mailing Mastery, literally, there's no login. It's here. And so there's Rick, welcome. Talk about the story. Talk about exactly how to order it. Other types of mail. Basically, we have a market analysis. Like literally, you can download this sheet right here. Like, look at this. Like, you can literally download this sheet. Like, literally just download it. Think about that for a second. Right?
Yeah. And so we give you the criteria, everything, but you got to understand the entire picture. Like the one thing that frustrates me the most about direct mail is when people on the other end goes, it doesn't work. No, you don't work it and you don't understand it. Anyone who's going to do a one-off mailing campaign and say it doesn't work, the reality is you probably should have never done it in the get-go. It's direct mail is not a miracle. It's not going to fix your business. If your business is broken and you don't understand the fundamentals of wholesaling, direct mail ain't going to help it.
And
So you got to get the fundamentals. That's why we came up with the site to make it super simple.
yeah, and even on here, like we have a ROS marketing plan worksheet. Like, I mean, the course is as crazy as you want to make it, and it's literally free. It costs no money. Like you can even reverse engineer and download it. But like, here's your budget. This is how much you should be doing, and it just breaks it all down from there. It's crazy. And so we got list harvesting, offline lists.
This is 10 times deeper than any direct mail course you're ever going to get.
So just FYI, if you want to send it out, you go through there. But really, direct mail is a big key and something we do like talking about because it does the success. Now, let's talk about basically the next part about scaling here that no one talks about. But you're going to have to, at some point when you try to scale to 10 deals every single month, you're going to have to touch the high equity list. That's it. So let's talk about this. Every single $40,000 wholesaling deal you're going to do is going to be on the high equity list. So that basically makes it a requirement. Think about it. Is there any $40,000 wholesaling deal assignment that isn't on the high equity list?
No, it should be on there for obvious reasons.
Yeah. So
equity.
Let's explain it.
Okay.
So high equity. Why is every single big deal on the high equity list?
It's just a math problem. So how they calculate the equity list. So any property that gets a mortgage they record the mortgage. So it's easy to clarify it in the public records. So if you have a $300,000 valued house and somebody gets a $200,000 mortgage on it. So this is real simple. That means they have $100,000 in equity, which is on a roundabout numbers around 33%. We always like to target 40% and above. So if somebody's owned a house 20, 30 years, the mortgage is paid off. The house is worth a couple $100,000. There's no mortgage. That is what we call 100% equity. And obviously people with more equity, they've usually been on the property longer. They're a little bit more reasonable about what they're going to take. And there's plenty of room to negotiate it. And there's usually some sort of life event that's usually making a decision why they need to sell. Guys, they all wind up in high equity. For some reason, someone got so hung up. I remember when I started, they go, you have to do absentee owner. Like it was a rule. They would not let me. I was one of the one guys that go, why don't we just do a homeowner occupied too? They're like, well, they won't be nearly as motivated. They actually found I find it the opposite. A homeowner occupied property, they're not overly advanced. They don't always take as good a care of the property. And absentee owners are typically landlords, which are money driven. So once we ripped that off, I just took off the old stigmatism that says homeowner occupied is a waste of time. Actually, for 5 years, only focus on homeowner occupied properties because everybody was filtering them out. So you have to be willing to sometimes go against the grain to get where you want to go, but just think like a seller. Is a landlord, are they more price conscious than a homeowner? It just depends on what areas you're in. They all work, but for the longest time, we taught each other absentee only. And I just said, listen, why don't we just try the other one? And it worked phenomenally. Don't be scared to go a little bit outside the range. My recommended on the high equity list is always 40% higher because let's face it, guys, in a perfect world, you want a 30 or 40% discount and these properties typically need repairs. Once you start going down 25, 20, you're stuck because they owe a mortgage on it. They have debt on the property and you can't service it as much. So
I agree. And so like let's say, for example, you want to get a $40,000 deal on a code violation. If that deal is to make 40 grand, it's going to be on the high equity list because it needs at least 80, 70 grand in equity for you to at least make 40 because they're going to need something, right?
Yeah.
And so there comes a point where you don't even have to pull the code violation unless you just pull all the high equities.
Yep.
Because all the high equities with enough equity are going to be on that list.
I call it a catch-all.
It's basically the catch-all. And so that's like when you're scaling up, high equity is going to be all there. And it's very powerful.
Gives you volume, guys.
It gives you volume. So yeah, they're going to be less motivated per 1,000 sellers. But what else are you going to do at that point? Because yeah, you can do your Facebook ads and stuff, but like it's less effective. Because people with some equity still might want to sell the property, right? And so that is the super important part here. And we like using our mailingmastery.com filters for this, for the high equity, which just basically showing we want at least 40% equity. We want to make sure that the people own it for at least 3-4 years. We want to make sure that they don't own more than 4 or 5 houses, right? We really like to stay probably the median home price or below, or a little above the median home price and below, right?
Yeah.
There's certain criteria on these type of lists that we use that actually get results. And you go from there. Now, the last part is using our leveraged results, right? So being in the right areas to double our efficiency. This is really important. You have to be in areas that your cash buyers want to buy in. I've been saying this forever, but if you're in areas that your buyers don't want to buy in, they're not going to buy there. It's as simple as that. Okay? If you're selling a pizza shop and most buyers are allergic to sardines, don't put sardines on the pizza. That's it. If most people are deathly allergic to peanut butter, you're not going to sell them Reese's peanut butter cups. They're not going to buy it. They don't want to buy it, right?
I'll buy it.
There's a certain percentage of people that absolutely love hot dogs and hamburgers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's certain people that are vegetarians. You're never going to sell to them. So trying to sell a hot dog to a vegetarian ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. Okay? Like people try it. It won't work. And so ask the buyer what they want. A lot of people try to read people's minds. It don't work like that. This is a great deal. You're going to want to buy it. Why would I want to buy that? I don't like buying those type of houses. You just have to ask your buyer what they want to buy. And a lot of buyers get hit with this. And you know this, right? It's like, I'll buy anything. Just send me everything.
Yeah. I'll buy anything. Except that.
Yeah. So you say, okay.
They become really picky quick.
And so a lot of buyers will say that. So my answer to that is I always be like, okay, well, do you buy everything on Johnson Street? And let's say Johnson Street's the hood. No, I don't buy on Johnson Street. So you don't buy everything. What zip code specifically have you bought in your last 5 houses on? And you'll figure out they only buy in like 2 zip codes, which are conveniently near their own house where they live. That's where most people like to buy rentals. That actually makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you have to understand here. Be in the right areas, double your efficiency, because a lot of people will pull a high equity list of 10 zip codes when really your buyers only want to buy in 5 zip codes. That means you can cut your list in half. You're double as efficient. That means you're wasting half of your marketing on that. And so leveraging results is going to be super important to getting wholesaling real estate deals done the right way. Now, remember this. You are not going to hit 10 deals a month by yourself. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. It ain't going to happen. But you also don't need a massive office, 30,000 employees and things like that. You don't need that either. Okay. Like there's a happy median, right? You can get people work with you.
Mm-hmm.
Get a couple people work for you, right? And we get the whole scaling systems and hiring and things like you can do that too. But really for most people, let's just start leveraging VAs and smaller systems and then going up from there. I promise you, it's not that complicated. Start doing things, go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 10 deals a month, right?
Yeah. And this myth where you need an office to wholesale, it's a joke. Like I'm telling you, when you're starting out a wholesaling, do not waste your money on an office. I've done this multiple times. Unless you want to report the work, you want to punch in the clock, and you want to babysit employees all day. Remember, wholesaling is about what you truly want in life. If you want freedom of your time and make unlimited income, that's fine. Me and Zach are never here to teach you to be the richest wholesaler. I'll teach you how to get financially free. But guys, getting an office, I'm not saying there's a limit to wholesaling, but if you think you can leverage it and get 15, 20, 30 employees, it's going to squeeze you down. The problem is you're going to have to give up all your time. In my perfect world, I teach most people how to work with between 3 and maybe 5 or 6 employees virtually and run your business and do what you want whenever you want. So be careful what you ask for. If you want the full office experience, you're going to go backwards before you go forwards. If you truly want freedom, don't go that route. If you want to do it, then knock yourselves out. but you got to get very proficient yourself first and leverage your list, your people, and everybody around you, and then create the problem. Where do I want to go from there?
Exactly. And so, guys, you're not going to hit the 10 deals by yourself, but you can use some other tools to get to that we're talking about today. So, guys, if you want to scale 10 deals a month, let people know who you are. Simple as that. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm secret. The internet doesn't know about me. The government knows about you. They got your socials. They got all that information, okay? Just because it's in a private government server doesn't mean that it's out there. People know about you, okay? Simple as that. So, guys, go out here, let yourself be known, get some wholesaling deals with people, and get some results. Guys, if you want to learn more about this, just go to a free real estate wholesaling course that I've said 5,000 times every single day. It's probably one of my most said words, freewholesaling.com. That's how you go there and how you do it so you can learn how to wholesale real estate step by step. So we're excited. We're currently writing everything out for our 30-day wholesaling challenge.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
So it's not going to be in June this year. It's actually going to be in July. So we're trying to leverage it the right way. So it's perfect for you guys. So July 1st is going to be the start of 30-day wholesaling challenge. So I know it's still a little bit in the future. It's still 3 months from now, but put your calendars down for it. It's going to be really exciting. So we got our event coming up in a couple of weeks. Isn't that crazy? I think
That's going to be fun.
2 weeks away from that.
2 weeks.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
I love
guys.
it.
Excited to see everyone and help them out scale even bigger. But yeah, guys, go to freewholesaling.com. Now, what we want to do is do some one-on-ones. We also going to talk to everyone here on the chat and see how I can help you guys out the best way. So Ashton, I think he did it the perfect way here. Tyler in Longview, Texas, willing to drive for dollars, boots on the ground, and would love to JV. I'm in the wholesale group. So shout out to Ashton there, right?
That's awesome. That's how you want to do it.
That's it. And Kyle said, just assigned a deal, and I got using a blind offer. Appreciate you, Rick and Zach. So ROS for the win.
Awesome, yeah.
That's
That's
awesome.
cool, man.
Tell me how much you assigned the deal for, so we can know exactly how you did that. That's perfect, man. Let's see here. There we go, Mark. I've done 10. All right. How do I reach out to you? Are you in wholesaling us for real? I think he's talking to someone else. So there we go. Now we're in the chat. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, we got the link on here for that. Then also let me show people exactly how they can go and do our one-on-ones. Let's get here. There we go. All right. So if you want to talk to us one-on-one, all you got to do is go here. Wholesaling House is for real. Right here, 135,000 people. Click here to in the pinned. Click there. And boom, click the StreamYard link, and you'll be set up to talk to us absolutely for free, one-on-one. So let's get on here and see what else we got here. Got a lot of networking in the chat. I like to see that. To see that. Let's see here. A lot of bird dogging. Bird dogging is really, it's really a thing of the past now, right? Not a lot of people are bird dogging anymore.
Don't make me reopen up the whole bird dog thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like bird dogging. I think it's super underplayed. Like a bird dog, people don't understand. Like if you think of a classic bird dog, somebody goes hunting, they teach their dog just to give them a clue where there's a bird. That's the whole of the bird dog. Somehow it got flipped around where the bird dog's supposed to knock on the door, negotiate, write the contract, and then JV with the partner. I'm telling you, man, this business, you can make a ton of money, even as a bird dog, just by connecting people. A couple examples. Bartenders are phenomenal bird doggers. Everybody comes to the bar to tell them their problems. They tell them about their foreclosures, about their divorces, about their girlfriend leaving them. It is a prime opportunity. How they haven't paid their landlord in 3 months and they got to figure something out. I find car salespeople to be really good bird dogs too. The idea is a bird dog, all you have to do is do a connection. So if you guys think about MLM, which I'm not an MLM guy, but what do MLMs leverage the most, Zach?
People.
Correct.
Relationships.
So a bird dog is just leveraging the connection. It's not leveraging the wholesaling skill. You are the wholesaling skill. So if you can find a system to train people how to go out and find the types of deals you're looking for, simple driving for dollars, they could even do the reverse driving for dollars, maybe a step up and pay. It's simple. Here's the problem. For every 100 bird dogs you recruit, only one or two of them will ever work out. And that's what chokes most people out on bird dog. So you got to find the ones that want to win, and they want to just keep bringing you back more deals. And eventually hopefully they wind up being your partner if it works out perfect. But I've had somebody who's worked with me at Bird Dog over 16 years. Some people, they just don't want to step up and do what should be done. And here's the number one complaint I find from all of them. Ready? I don't want to talk to him. Like, you talk to him, Rick. I'm like, okay, give me the phone. Give me the phone. What's her name? Her name's Sue. Okay, let me just talk to Sue. And then right after, they get really excited about the deal. But guys, you need to leverage your ability to overcome fear and just talk to people, because that's how you get what you want in life. So if someone else isn't willing to do it, but they want to do all the legwork, that's fine. Give them a finder's fee. It's no big deal. So if you made 20 grand on that deal, pay him 500 or pay him like $1,000. Who cares? Remember, you can't pay him on the HUD. You got to pay him a marketing fee. It's separate unless they are licensed. So don't get in trouble with it. But honestly, it's been around forever. I did it. I had other people taught me it. People still do it now. But the art of like true bird dogging has really slipped off. Everybody wants to do the whole deal themselves. I'm telling you, if you get people out there to go out and connect, it's amazing. So think about how MLM people do. It's all about the relationship. If you ever get recruited for MLM, you will know nothing about the product, how anybody gets paid. They'll just say, give me your friends, give me your family.
I agree.
And you need to do the same thing with bird dogs. Same thing.
Yeah, no. So no more bird dogging. Let's see here. What's up, Gaetano? How are you, man? Let's see. A lot of people networking. I'm happy now. Finally, people are doing it. Good stuff. How do you guys get a contract written up fast during a cold call? I'd assume it'd be slightly long, but I heard you guys have to stay in line with the seller. So you can't be closing on a cold call, man. I don't know who's been teaching you this. That's not how you do it. Now, if you are doing a phone appointment, then yes, you should get the appointment already all set up and done for it. I think that's pretty important. All right. So, guys, what I'll say is cold call. Once they want to sell, okay, well, let me talk to my partner about this and let me give you a call back. Boom. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, once in a blue moon, you'll get someone that's like, let's do the deal now. But the reality is,
you still got to qualify and make
it's
sure
a process.
It's all set. So, no, don't close on the cold call. On a virtual wholesaling, on the phone appointment, you go close it. You get all written up and ready for the DocuSign or dot loop on the second call. No closing on the first call, though.
Cold calling separate.
It is separate. Jelson, what is up? Hello?
Justin sleeping.
I know they're sleeping.
I have to play the wake up alarm music.
Hello. All righty. Good night. Paul, what is up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Paul's
What's going on, man?
Hey, appreciate you guys' content, everything you guys do. I want to just say I'm grateful for everything. Appreciate it. I was actually just laid off from my job, and I'm wanting to go full-time wholesaling. I'm in Fairlawn, Ohio, so it's a real small population, maybe about 25,000 people, but I've been able to save up about 25 grand. My bills are about 900 a month, so I'm just trying to figure out how I can like put together a marketing plan, a strategy, maybe go virtual in a different market.
Okay. So you said Fairline, Ohio?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your job, man. I mean, sometimes gifts, sometimes the opportunity, right? It's you got to look right. That's basically Akron, though, right?
Yeah, it's like right next door to Akron, maybe like 20 minutes away.
So you still wholesale in Akron. It's not a small place. There you go.
Okay.
There. So yeah, so you just basically want a plan of what to do?
Yeah, pretty much with the money that I have saved up and my budget, expenses, and the marketing.
Okay. Have you done any marketing before or anything in wholesaling, like related wise?
I've done virtual before, like in Columbus. I've closed maybe like about two deals. I work in a job.
How much do you make doing that?
Well, I did some texting. I closed one deal in like 2 weeks. I made $33K, and then another one.
Oh,
that was a cold call. I made about $10K on that one.
43,000.
I know.
There
So
we go.
That was back
Okay.
in 2020. Yeah. It's kind of
Okay.
in 2020. Yeah. It's kind of
Okay.
odd. I wasn't consistent, just working the job and doing it on the side.
What kind of list was those?
Trying to remember. It must have been, I want to say prop stream or batch, because I was using batch texting 2020.
Okay. So
So
you made that much money. I mean, so you just stopped
yeah, I
after
was able to,
success?
yeah, just kind of just continued working my job and just saving money on the side.
Okay. So let's just kind of redo that. I mean, that's what I'm going to say. And
Okay.
kind of like I said before, do what's been working and just do more of that. And so I
Okay.
would text the type of list you were doing before, just in the Akron area and probably a little bit of Columbus.
Awesome. Absolutely.
I mean, what do you think?
Listen, you've already had success
texting.
before, and
Yeah.
honestly, your boss did you a favor. I'm sorry. It's just the
Yeah.
truth. It sucks, dude. I've been
Yeah.
fired, so like I was the
Yeah.
corporate guy, and I used wholesaling to finally get out of my mess. So it's things happen for a reason, and just take the silver lining
Absolutely.
it. And the fact that you're not starting completely from scratch, you understand that wholesaling actually works,
Yes.
and you've had proven traction. So now you just got to systematically go into it. So if you've already done a couple deals, it's just the numbers have changed a little bit, but the fundamentals of wholesaling are still the absolute same. And right now, I think this is a great year. There's a lot of uncertainty in the real estate market.
Mhm.
And as that uncertainty builds and inventory is eventually going to build here, there's going to be a lot of deals going down. So deals are going on right now, and we're at like 7.5, 7.25% interest rates. So it's going to get interesting. So I think you're in the right time. Plus, dude, you're in a really good area. Ohio's still, in my
Yeah.
opinion, super cheap real estate. It's cheap, man.
Yeah.
Come to Florida, California, New York, like they just kind of laugh at the pricing. So you have plenty of opportunities. I got plenty of people doing success there. So I would just get
Okay.
going and get organized with it. And you don't need a month to set up a plan. Usually just 2 or 3 days, kind of set up a plan and get set up. And then you just have to go and then you make tweaks. Don't make massive changes. So do what you're doing before and just get up to current standards with pricing, and then just go all in and try to get as many appointments as you can. Because obviously you already know how to talk to
Right.
people. You've already taken some deals down. So you're good there.
Awesome. I'm excited. Look forward to, just going all in. Appreciate it, guys.
No.
Awesome, man.
You've already made 43 grand. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Without a
Run
boss.
it back.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks,
appreciate
guys.
it, Paul.
Have a
Awesome.
great day.
Thank you. Later.
Thanks. Boom. Next we got Ashton. What is up, man?
Hey guys, what's going on?
I'm good. How are you?
Can you hear?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm doing all right. I had to drive down the road. Yeah, am I getting spotty?
You're fine.
You're good.
All right, cool. I'm just down the road here in Tyler right now. I got finished up with a job. I did have a question on probates. I was in the section last night, but I had to help my wife with dishes and all that fun stuff. So here is a non-disclosure state in Texas. There's a county clerk's office just down the road from me. What would be the best way to ask for the list? Just politely say, hey, can I get the probates, the water shut off, or how would you go about that?
Simple as that. Just ask.
Yeah.
Ask and you shall receive.
Sounds good to me.
It's as simple as you're making it, man. I
Don't
promise you.
sugarcoat it. Just make sure you're going to the right department to get it. And just be
Right.
super nice. And understand you're going to get resistance. So like if you know you're going to get resistance, just prepare for it right off the bat.
Yeah.
So like
All
here's the
right.
problem is most people, here's human nature, guys. This is the problem in our society. When people tell you no, do you just walk away and go, okay, I guess that's over with? If you take that attitude in life, you're not going to get much. You got to find a way to basically reserve up the question to try to get around it or get some sort of traction. So the only thing you got to do is kind of play with it like right off the bat. So like when they go, hey, listen, can I get the probate list? And she says no, how are you going to respond? That's the only thing you need to figure out. That's it. And listen, when I first started, I walked away. I'm like, oh crap, I'm not getting the list. And I went back, I go, wait a minute, what? And then I figured out what to say. I did it 7 different times. I finally go, if you can overcome resistance with persistence and just being kind, it's fine. A lot of times I just teach you a technique, just reserve up the question and put it back in their court. Don't you guys have probate list? Isn't that like public record? Can you just give me the docket? Well, our policy dictates. I know what your policy dictates, but how can a tax abiding system like me get access to that information? And you just kind of keep going back until you get the answer you want. Because that's how life works. Think about any time you've asked somebody out. I don't know about you, but like I got rejected plenty. If I just walk away, you're never going to get what you want. You're going to have to get what you settle for. And if you don't want to settle for it, which is the reason you're on my channel, then you've got to understand you have to overcome resistance with persistence. Most people are going to tell you no anyways.
Yeah.
I expect people to say no, and I just have fun with it. So if you can find a way just to playfully just serve it back to them and be really nice and use the same skills we teach you on how to connect with motivated sellers, pictures of their dogs, animals, kids, people melt. And remember, you're local in that community, so like you kind of know the weather patterns, you know everything going on. If you make it to where like you're just one of them, it's a lot better. When you go in and try to run people over, it's brutal. And I've had a lot of people doing that lately, and they go, I don't know why I'm not getting success. I'm like, let me ask you, if I worked at a government window, you started screaming at me, I would shut the window on you. I don't blame them. They're not paid enough to put up with that crap. So you just got to go in confident and understand if somebody says no, you're not walking away. So if you want to practice that beforehand, it's not a bad strategy.
All righty. That sounds good. Little off topic. I know you are down and just a little. I know you are down in Port St. Lucie. Sometime we got to go fishing. I don't know what's down in Port St. Lucie, but I'm a fisherman too. Anyway, that's all I got, guys.
Monsters, man.
Yeah, we got a big fat ocean here. The wind's really blowing lately, though. So
stuff.
Yeah, we love it, though, man.
We'll go Goliath grouper fishing. We get a 600-pound Goliath grouper.
Yeah, right off the dock.
Easy.
Shoot, yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate y'all.
Okay, see you.
Everyone wonders why I'm not scared of wholesaling gurus, is because I've dealt with 600-pound Goliath groupers.
They will eat you.
I'll tell you, Goliath groupers look like wholesaling gurus, and so like that's why they remind me of them so much. They just look like them, and so let me show you Goliath grouper. You know, we catch a lot of these things.
They're federally protected too, which
So let's look at this. I mean, have you ever seen a guru looking like this? I can name a couple right now. And then I mean, right? Like we catch all these all the time in Florida, right? We love them. They're called Goliath groupers. I mean, they look like the average wholesaling guru to me. Like how many gurus look like this? I know like 6. I can name them right now, right? They're big, they're bottom dwellers, and they just sit on the seafloor. And so
there's a commonality. They eat
say,
whatever they want, and anyone who's got money is fair game.
And you know what they say? What do they say? They say, hop on a call. That's what I hear a Goliath grouper tell me all the time. But I mean, I catch these things all day.
They will literally eat anything you throw at them. They eat entire whole sharks. They used to be ravaged back in the late 70s, early 80s, and now
I call them wholesaling guru groupers. But I mean, it's just funny. You know, people like using animal names, but I'm a Florida boy. That's what I deal with. So, Tyrese, what is up, man?
Hey, how are you guys doing? Thanks for having me on.
I'm blessed, man. How are you?
Hey, good. I've taken all your guys' advice, and obviously it works so well. I had an appointment last week, and I actually got a contract, right? So I used your contract. Shout out to you guys. I used the purchase and sale agreement, and I was watching the video of you guys filling out the contract. So when I had the earnest money deposit part, I put down like $100. Went down to the title company, and the guy actually told me, he said, "Hey, I'm in Pennsylvania." And he said Pennsylvania is doing like a double transfer tax essentially. So he said, "Don't use the assignment of contract." He said, "Use a novation to substitute that and avoid the transfer tax." I know you guys said don't do that. So I was kind of wondering if you guys
tell you this, or the buyer tell you this, or
this was the title company. The guy down at my title company said that basically I would get hit with two different taxes, I guess, for the
what would the novation be? What would the novation have? Just because it's a novation doesn't mean a bad thing.
Well, yeah, so I wasn't doing the whole novation where I know last time I asked you guys, because I was curious about what a novation was, you guys basically said it was, just something to stay away from, holding people's houses under contract and hostage. But when
so
I
what
asked
would the double transfer tax affect the assignment? I'm kind of
so he said to me that when I get the purchase and sale agreement and I basically we go to close the whole deal down, he said I get taxed on the first essentially signing with the seller. He said there's a tax on that I'd have to pay, and then when the buyer signs the assignment of contract, there's another tax on that I'd have to pay. So he said if you use a novation instead of an assignment of contract,
dude, listen,
you're not see here.
Yeah,
title's not being transferred on an assignment of contract.
Assignment of contract, they're just taking over the rights to that contract.
They're literally paying you a fee for buying it. Now the buyer would definitely pay a transfer tax.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because I asked him, I said this is nothing I've ever heard of. I said that I want to go ahead and do
I appreciate you asking us.
Yeah.
But
you think I should just go through it with a different title company? Because he said that he doesn't ever do assignments of contracts.
Well, that's why. Listen, you don't pay tax on an assignment of contract, or
you do, but it's the income, not
just the difference.
Not during the assignment of contract, you don't pay tax on that. But like, it's income. You pay tax on it because legal.
Yeah, right.
But no transfer tax, bro.
No, it's not. You're
okay.
Oh, no.
That contract is to take over the original rights to the first contract.
Right.
So in essence,
he knows this.
It's only one contract. So that's. Listen, the guy's trying to help you, but the fact that he doesn't know that, and then they're trying to steer. So here's the reality: if you went to the novation, what you could technically do, you're going to risk your seller. You could lose the deal by going back and doing that. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's
that's what I was kind of figuring too, because he said I'd have to then go back and get the seller to sign this novation and everything else. And I was like, I already have a purchase and sale agreement. All I need is I have a buyer I have to meet with later this week on Friday actually. And all I have to do is get the assignment contract. But he was
the assignment of contract's the right one. Find someone that work with you, because
if
you took that strategy, you would lose 50% of your deals right off the bat, because you're going to lose credit with the seller because you just presented one way and they went all in, and now you're going to go back and start switching contracts. Dude, it gets hairy quick.
Right, and that's why I wanted to hop on. Thank you guys for having me.
No, you're good, man. You're doing it the right way. You just have someone that doesn't know what they're talking about. I would just go find somebody else.
Yeah, I'm going to cold call a couple other cold call a different title company just because he was the only guy who said that to me. So I want to make sure
that's crazy, man. It's the first time I've ever heard that.
Right. Okay.
So your intuition was right.
Okay. Thank you. And then my last question is, I actually was cold calling. It was actually a driving for dollars list, which again, you guys shout out for you guys for kind of teaching me that system. And there's a guy, he said he owns 5 different properties, but I know you guys said when they don't have it under an LLC, they're kind of rookie or whatever. And he didn't, but he said that his wife actually fell sick. And the day I called him, he said his wife told him she's had enough and he needs to sell all his properties. So he's not a rookie by any means, because he's older guy. He's like 7 years old. He has 5 properties. Said he's had them for like 20, 25 years. And he said he wants to get rid of them all, but he says, well, I'm not just going to give them away from anything because they're all rented out. They're all occupied. Do you guys is it the same method? Just, stay persistent and stay, following up with them? Or do you guys have a different way of going about deals like that?
So this is simple. All these guys always want like a total offer. Like, give me $1 million for all of them.
Right.
Here's what you do. Just tell him to pick one property. Property. Hopefully it's his most tired, the property he doesn't like the most.
Yeah, because he said that the one that you're describing, he said the day I called him, which was 2 days ago, he said he had to move evict the person in it. So
there you go.
He's just fed up and tired.
So focus on that one and to get the information on it, underwrite it, make him an offer, and see where it goes with that.
Okay.
If he's unrealistic and he's not motivated, don't waste your other time on the 4 and just put him in your follow-ups. Most of the time, you just got to take down one small bit. If you can get him to negotiate and do a deal on that one, the other 4 will be easy. But like trying to take them all down at once, find the one that will solve the biggest problem for him. See if you can come to terms on an offer. And then if that works out, the other 4 are a piece of cake.
Okay,
but when you try to take them all down, you could lose. Maybe there is only one good deal in there, and it's okay if there is. And maybe you pick off the one bad one and he sells the other stuff retail. I'm fine doing that. Right. And so many wholesalers try to take the whole thing down, when in essence, the guy only needs help with maybe 1 or 2 properties.
Right.
And take that property, make the money, and tell them, listen, sell these retail, you'll be fine. And you really help them create a solution to their problem. They typically have one bad, ugly property in there. Don't lose the whole deal by trying to take them all down. And the problem is, if it's 5 properties, 10, 20, or 30, it's a ton of time and energy. And I don't want you to waste your time on that.
Right. Okay. Thank you. That makes sense. Because, like you said, he sent me a list with all the properties he's looking to get rid of, and he said, "Make me an offer for all of them." So I'm just going to kind of go back and focus, like you said, on the one with the most
And just
distress
ask
and
him
solve that problem.
which one, if you had to pick, which one would you like to get sold now? And he's
Right.
probably going to go to the worst one and go, listen, let's see if we can put a deal together on this one. And then that allows to see if you can build rapport and connect with him. And if you do, the rest of them are super easy.
Yeah.
And you don't waste a lot of time and energy on it.
Hey, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Shout out to you guys.
How much you want to close this deal for?
That one right there, the one that I have the assignment on.
How much?
Roughly.
I'm sorry. Which one? I'm sorry.
The one you just put under contract.
Oh, that one right there. So that house is beat up. It's terrible condition. It was a probate. So shout out to you guys for that. Well, I got that one under contract for about 75. It's like 77. But when I ran the math, I think investors in the area will buy it for around close to like 80, 85. So it's not gonna be a big deal. Hopefully like 10, 15 at most. But
it's not bad, man.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying. I'm just trying to get my foot in the water. But hey, thank you guys. I owe the credit to you guys.
Awesome job, Barry. See you.
It's not bad. 15 grand.
No, you get started, man.
Hey, there we go. Trevor, what is up, man?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, so I've been wholesaling or going at it for about 2 months now. And for the first month, I was just trying to do houses. Didn't have much success. I was cold calling the code violations list. But then the second month, so this month actually, I started doing land, and I started pulling land on PropStream. And I actually just closed my first deal like a couple weeks ago.
Good job, man.
Awesome.
So, so I'm really happy about that. So this is my second month doing that, and that was for $14,000. So I'm really happy about that.
Woo! There you go, man.
And that was totally land deal. So my question to you is: do you think I should just continue with land, or what?
Yeah, if it's working, keep doing it. You already got a buyer for it. Go after it.
Yeah. So when you do your first land, it's kind of the hardest because you got to figure out what people will pay for the things. And they typically make a little bit less money, but I would still look at the whole thing. Don't get like, okay, now I'm stuck on land. You can do land, so you're completely comfortable when it comes up. So I would incorporate all of it. Mm-hmm. But it's okay if you gravitate towards land, because a lot of people don't want to do land. They think it's intimidating as opposed to the other people with single family houses. Just don't limit yourself to one aspect of investing. Land has huge advantages. It has less price intel, but the cash buyers are a lot harder. Single family homes got the opposite problem. So if you understand that going into it, you can fill a lot of gaps and voids by doing your land investing. Some people just won't even touch land. I don't know why.
Yeah.
My opinion, it's kind of easier, but there's not always as many opportunities in land because there's more housing than there's land. But that might be my opinion.
Yeah, another question I had was I'm in the Knoxville area, so I did the land deal in the Knoxville area. At what point do you think, like, how many deals do you do before you take it to like virtual and trying to wholesale land in like Texas or Florida?
It's just kind of a personal decision. So I will tell you, when you do land, you have to do it virtually. Like it's
okay.
If I try to do land investing in my backyard, I would struggle to even find a lot. So, certain parts of the country are built up a lot more than others, but the only rule I have is you're going to do land, you have to do it virtually, in my opinion, unless you're in one of those states where just lands abound everywhere. So single family, I always want people to do it in their local market. Even if you're in downtown San Fran, all you have to do is know somebody that needs to sell a property. And then if you get a slight discount, you can still make 6 figures off of it. So even if you're in New York, Miami, LA, it's still beneficial to always look at residential real estate in your local market. Now, you're not going to do 4 or 5 deals a month, but if you did 1 or 2 deals a year, it would be amazing. The land thing, to be honest with you, it's always been there. Just people just haven't tapped into it as much. So I would just do a combo of both, but you always have to open up land. If you can do single family homes in your local market, that's always my preference, because you'll get better results, because when you can meet with people personally, it just connects better. But we do virtual wholesaling all over the country. It works. It just, you got to do a lot more deals to make up the money on it.
All right. And then, sorry, I have one more question. So I recently hired a virtual assistant cold caller from like the Philippines, pay her like $6 an hour. At what point do you think I should like hire another one? And should I have the designated cold caller for land and then another caller for a single family, or what do you think about that?
Treat them the same.
Okay.
I'd probably just do that.
Because remember, in the end, they're calling the same. They're calling people. So it's like, so, and then the question is, if you have one person and you're getting leads from them and it's paying for itself, then you can kind of figure it out. I will tell you, when you try to scale up on marketing, on cold calling, don't go grab 5 people at once. Grab one, get them productive, and then try to get another one like behind them if you want to do that. But if I always tell people, if you got one that's not working out and it's not cutting the mustard, I wouldn't hire another one. You're going to have to find one. You have to either look at your training or your data. And a lot of times it's us investors that screw it up in the beginning. So just, I would stay on point with the one and decide if another one's going to make you more money or not. Because remember, whenever you bring in another human being, that's another person you got to train. You got to follow up on the KPIs, and it is work. And remember, you got to provide them enough data. So look at the data where you are with the one, and look at your KPIs and look at your profit center and decide if another one's going to help, or sometimes it can hurt you.
All right. Thanks. I appreciate it a lot.
Okay.
All right.
Let us know. Congrats,
Keep it up,
man.
That's the deal. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I like it.
It is.
And real quick, got Ive. What's up, man?
Can y'all hear me today?
Oh,
Yeah, man. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much. I just want to start checking in on these live calls. I'm here every time. I just don't hop on the one-on-ones and stuff. But you know, I need to. I want to ask you, what is a good contact rate percentage for SMS text blasting? I sent out 70 text messages, got 11 contacts back one day, 15.70. Another day sent 80 out, 15 contacts made, 18.75%. Then I went driving for dollars, tagged 30 properties, and I text those the next day, along with some others. 50 text messages sent, 8 contacts, 16%. Is that a good percentage rate for?
What's your texting script?
Oh, I got like 100 of them written down. Hold up, man. I gotta get on my computer. The ones I've been getting complaints about are the ones that have the word neighbors in it. So I've been trying to take that out. Like, you're not my neighbor. Are you such and such? And blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I'm using the word neighbor to be friendly. Neighbor does not mean I have to live next door to you.
I mean, people say Canadians are our neighbors.
Right, exactly.
Right. You know,
neighborly.
And so, you know.
All right, here's what AI popped out. Hey, is this the owner of 123 Main Street? This is your neighbor Ebe, just drove by and had a quick question.
Double whammy. You should be.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Depends on the delivery rates, man. I mean, you should be at 20. 15 to 20 is pretty average right now, I would say. So I don't think you're too off on that. Reverse trying for dollars should be a little more. That should be 25%, at least 30. But I mean, I'd still just put more out and see what we can do. I mean, even if it's a 15, keep it at 15.
Okay, and that is just using free skip tracing too, the True People search. I'm not even using.
Oh, then I think you're good, man.
Okay.
Because you're gonna remember, if you're using the free skip tracing, like you're probably most likely
gonna get a wrong number.
A quarter of them is gonna be wrong, which is not bad.
Right.
Not bad at all. So you're probably, when you get to the right person, you're probably that 20, 25. So I think you're fine, man.
Okay. Sweet. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I was about to ask a question, but I had a light bulb go off, so I know the answer to it, so I'm not going to ask.
Well, you can always hop on here. You're always invited, and anyone watching this is always invited to talk to us.
All right, awesome. I'll see you all Sunday night, probably.
Oh yeah, I'll see you there, man.
See you, man.
Right. Thank you.
Oh, appreciate it, guys. Just go to Wholesaling Houses for Real. Join the Facebook group. You can go on there and talk to us for free, one-on-one. Anyone has an opportunity to go talk to us right there for free. So you actually go out here and get results, guys. Wholesaling real estate is all about the effort you take, the marketing you put out there, being how smart you are doing it, and you can get the results of your dreams. The thing is, wholesaling real estate is not as complicated as you make it seem. And I've always said this, and I know it sounds stupid, me repeating myself a lot, but it is a message I do want to hammer home to you. The ones that get results, you know, we saw these people in here, you know, Tyler, 14 grand on a land deal.
Mm-hmm.
He just kept it simple. Just did what works. Did what I say. Go to freehousing.com. It's all in there. It's not that crazy. And the people, I mean, we got $43,000 just texting from what we got at freehousing.com. We got some amazing results from people. And all we did was we went out here and just told you what works for us and how it always lands you wholesaling success. So guys, we have freewholesaling.com. Make sure you go there. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure you go to Wholesaling Houses for Real on our Facebook group. Join there. And again, all of our stuff is in freewholesaling.com. So go there, learn how to wholesale real estate step by step, and you'll be set up for wholesaling success. So guys, this is Zach Ginn signing out.
Rick Ginn signing out.
Have a blessed one. We appreciate all the support and the love, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.